So in this video I will tell you with my words and my perception what is backpacking. So, you know what I realized? The other day I was writing about backpacking. I don't know what I was searching for, but I was searching for like something specific. I think it was like yesterday or the day prior. I think it was yesterday, yes. And I was searching something about backpacking and I started to search on Google like something about backpacking. I don't remember what, but I started to search about something specifically and then writing just backpacking or what is backpacking or stuff like that. Oh yeah, it was what to bring with you to go backpack. And then they were also, you know, at the beginning of the article talking about backpacking and what it is. And I was like, I absolutely do not have the same definition of backpacking. I think I've known the term back when I arrived in Athens, like the beginning of my trip. I met people that were telling me that they were backpacking and I was like, oh, interesting. And then when I'm writing about what is backpacking on internet, it's just people, so of course with like backpack, all the pictures and stuff, and even what to bring with you before, like to backpack, it was things like backpacking like with a tent, backpacking to go on mountains, like it was only like mountains, living daily but like outside pretty much. And I was like, okay, let's go check on another website. And all the website I was checking were talking about backpacking outside mountains, and I was like, this is the definition of backpacking for internet, like Google. You just write backpacking, even like you go to Google Pictures and it will be pictures about mountains and stuff like that, which is really awesome, but it's not just that. To me, the definition of backpacking is not just that. I've met a lot of backpackers that were staying in hostels. And yes, it has the idea of living daily, you know. But like I also met people, and I remember one guy when I was in Athens in this hostel, who were pretty much saying that he was backpacking and he had a goal, and it was to visit 100 countries. He like already visited a lot, way more than me, but like out of my entire life, like in just like few months. But he was only staying like 1 week and everything was planned until the very last one. Pretty much he already planned everything. So, and it was still backpacking, at least to him. So I realized, yes, there's multiple ways to backpack. I met people that were all backpacking in a different way somehow, and to him everything was planned. Like he knew where like he wanted to go, like which country and the order of country and stuff, but he didn't reserve until the very last one. Like he reserved the next like 3 countries or something like that ahead of him, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I was like, no, why is like backpacking only referred as people on mountains? To me it's not that. Like you can backpack and pretty much only stays in like cities. You might not agree with me and it's fine. It doesn't mean I'm wrong, it doesn't mean you're wrong, it's just different truth. But to me it's like it doesn't matter. It's still different from tourism and vacationing. It's different, but I made a video about that. You can go check it out. The difference between backpacking and traveling. And I know backpacking and traveling, it's this, like when you're backpacking you're traveling, but when you're traveling you're not specifically backpacking. I wrote some things. So I wrote that it's not just being lost in mountains to backpack. I also wrote, it's a lifestyle, and what I mean by that is that you're kind of like living outside of society a little bit. I'm not going to say totally being 100% outside of societies, because you're still part of the society, even, you know, when you're a digital nomad. To me, it's still backpacking, but yeah, it's like you're still a little bit outside of society. Like, I feel more outside of society since I started backpacking, and I just realized I do not want a 9 to 5 kind of jobs. There's nothing wrong with those, okay? And as long as you're happy, that's all that matter. It's just not what I want for myself, you know? And I can't say, like, I can't put everyone in the same basket, but a lot of people I met that were backpacking were saying that they didn't want to have a 9 to 5 jobs. And as I said, there is like a day-to-day kind of life when you're backpacking. Like, you don't really know where you will be next week, which is a point that I wrote actually when I said about the lifestyle, like the fact that it's a lifestyle. I think every single people I met that were backpacking were saying that they didn't really wanted like a 9 to 5 job, and to them it was like a bit boring. And yeah, so I can't say everyone thinks like that, every backpacker thinks like that, but you know, every backpackers I met. Yeah, something that I said at the beginning, it depends the kind of backpacking you're doing. If you're backpacking the same way the guy was backpacking, the guy I talked to you about that wanted to visit 100 countries, it's a hell of a goal, like a project. And I did ask him, like, but financially, are you going to stay, like how long will this project last? And he was like, I don't really know how long. But I was like, all right, but like financially. And he was like, yeah, well, I got money. So I was like, oh, okay. Good for you. And yeah, like he could have afford the whole 100 countries trips. Amazing. If I could, and if I had his money, I would probably do it too. So, you know, no shade. That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't. So I will finish by telling you my perception of backpacking. So, to me, what is backpacking? To me, backpacking is a lifestyle. It's living a little bit outside of society, or it's living in society but only taking the advantage of it, if you know what I mean. Also, to me, backpacking is not really knowing where you will be next week. It's a quest. Like, it's like trying to find who you are through experiences, and to go through different kind of experiences that you already know you won't have if you're like never moving outside of your little town when you grew up, you know. And no shades, it's just wanting something else, and you don't really have a real specific idea of what is this something else. But that's why I think it's a quest of it's like a quest to find yourself. I don't know if quest is the right word, but in French it's une quête. La quête, la quête de soi-même, you know. It's just a way to find yourself. You're looking for something and you don't really know what it is, and you're welcoming new experiences, and you're welcoming the unknown. And I know that the unknown is really frightening sometimes, and I know there's a lot of people telling me I would like to do this, but I'm so afraid. How do you do this and not being afraid? And I talked about it in this video. I talked about how to backpack without being afraid. Long story short, you do it afraid. You just decide not to let this fear control your life. And also in this video, I'm talking to you about, how to do that. So that's my definition of backpacking. And I will end up saying again that I'm not saying it's the truth. I'm not saying it's the truth for everyone. It's my truth, and it's okay. And if for you backpacking is absolutely not what I said, it's fine. We all have different kind of definition of it, and we are all backpacking differently. And to me, it's still backpacking as long as you're seeing this as backpacking. And yeah, that's it. No matter the goal, we all have different goals, and that's fine. All right, that's it. That was my definition of backpacking. It is not a universal law, as I always say. It is just my perception, and that's all that matters. And just tell me in the comment if you have a similar or a different way of what is backpacking, pretty much. All right, I see you in another video. Until then, take care, be kind to yourself, to others, and yeah, I talk to you in another video, of course, about backpacking. Bye.